Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ninth Pasture Perspective. My name is Scott. I have here with me MicRoePony.
Hello.
And Pseudonym.
Hello.
And today we are going to be discussing Season 4, Episode 11 of My Little Pony, Three's a Crowd. First thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and kick everything off with our little one-shot thoughts. Mike, what'd you think?
Fantastic!
All right, and what are the chances of me convincing you to not do your Discord impression the entire perspective?
Absolutely.
Well, at least you're too quiet during that to consistently trigger your microphone, and so you keep cutting off.
Really? Am I?
And Pseudonym, what was your one-shot thought?
Thank God there were no actual breezes in the episode.
Well, that's a thing, but I really... We'll touch that ever so briefly in a minute. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was one of Season 4's better episodes. And I have been asked to point out Tailspin, who is not here, once again didn't like it. I think he's just impossible to please. Unpleasable. Anyway, you brought up, Pseudonym, the mention of breezies, and that intrigued me that they mentioned that. Are either of you aware why that is significant?
Yes. Are we supposed to not talk about it, or?
Yeah, we're not going to get into any real details.
All I know about the breezies is that they're from Gen 3.
All right.
It's not easy.
Anyway, yeah, they're using some good storytelling techniques. I'm using some advanced knowledge here. It was something to go, oh, they mentioned that ahead of time. So let's go ahead and abandon that topic immediately before we piss anyone off with stuff. Pseudonym, what do you want to talk about other than breezies?
Well, I think it's obvious what we want to talk about.
Hey,
about Pinkie
I said
Pie.
Pseudonym.
I want to talk about Pinkie Pie.
Let's talk about Pinkie Pie.
Pinkie Pie is now my favorite pony ever. She is better than Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy combined now.
Okay, this conversation is over. Thank you everyone for coming out to Pasture Perspective. This has been Scott, along with a non-person and MicRoePony. No pony is better than Fluttershy.
I can vouch for that.
No, so, yeah, I thought Pinkie was thoroughly annoying, but I didn't think she was too monkey cheese in this. I thought she was a pretty Pinkie Pie type Pinkie Pie in this one.
Yeah.
And I also really appreciated that they kept Pinkie's annoying in character by demonstrating that not even Discord can stand her. That was an interesting... I liked that. Mike, you got anything else to say on... And Mike, I want to talk to Mike, not Discord. So, anything else to add on the topic of Pinkie? Hello?
Really.
Not really.
Although I can see why people might think that joke a bit...
Oh, you keep cutting out, and that's the best thing ever. All right, well, let's move on to another, probably what might possibly be the most controversial thing in the entire episode. A very special Sun Pony made an appearance, ever so brief. Mike, can you guess which very special Sun Pony I'm referring to?
I'm not a pony, so I doubt I could guess very accurately.
It was Brad, wasn't it?
It was Brad. Flash Sentry made an appearance. And yeah,
yes, that bland fellow.
It's going to be a very, very long Pasture Perspective. Okay. I'm going to try to...
it's going to be a long, long time till touchdown.
Anyway, so yeah, Flash Sentry kind of made an appearance, didn't say anything, mostly just stood there, although I did notice a glance back on his way back onto the train, and that's probably going to, cause some issues in the fandom, because a lot of people don't like Flash Sentry on principle.
Want a hot dog?
Corn dog.
Do that again. Want a corn dog?
Yeah, want a corn dog. Speaking of the train, let's go ahead and move forward into the visuals a little bit. There were some really cool props in this episode. The crystal train was pretty intimidating looking. We added a new creature, the Wilhelm worm. I just realized I called it that. That was actually supposed to be a gag that I was going to use later on, and I used it as the worm's name. I called it the Wilhelm worm because...
Well, it's a worm that made the Wilhelm scream.
It made the Wilhelm
at that
scream.
point, you can't remember, what was its name? The Strizer worm or something like that?
I don't
It's
remember.
a worm that
That's
goes...
a worm.
Wow!
Yeah. Hi! Yeah,
Hey, Samus!
the health bubble effect was really kind of cool.
Yeah.
We saw...
Caden sells granola bars for a living.
Yep. We saw some really interesting, some pretty cool shot frames. Just the way they framed up a lot of the shots.
I think my favorite one was the one where Discord's in the bubble and Fluttershy's reflection is showing off of it.
Yeah. That a lot of really cool visuals. I want to get to another topic, but I'm not going to be able to get there without stopping through Mike's favorite topic.
Ooh,
Which is Flash Sentry again.
Which is more Flash Sentry. So this conversation is now about Equestria Girls.
Which is MicRoePony's favorite thing ever.
Yep.
Haven't
Mike
even
is
seen it, you twat.
all about Equestria Girls.
Yeah, your Discord. I'm MicRoePony. I love Equestria Girls. Oop-de-doo.
That is the best Discord impression I have ever heard in my entire life.
That was a MicRoePony impression.
Apparently, as far as this roundtable discussion has gone, there is no difference.
Yes.
So
My secret is revealed.
I think you should record that pseudonym, send it to John Delancey, and he may fly you out to understudy. So yes, we need to talk about Discord because he was in the episode. Mike, what do you have to say about Discord?
I did not expect him to show up at all.
Really?
Nope.
I take it you hadn't read anything about the episode then.
I remember that it was supposed to be Cadence and Twilight having some quality time or whatever. So I was just playing Animal Crossing, and I was like, oh, shit, it's almost 10:30. I guess I'll watch the episode. I do want to stay up to date. And then something flew into a tree, and it was like, not a what? A who? And I was like, oh, this sounds kind of like John. I wonder if they got him to play. What? Discord, what are you doing here?
Yes, Discord.
Everything was wonderful.
He was very good in this. John Delancey, of course, as per usual, totally brought it home. Great performance. I'm really liking it.
Asshole Discord.
Yeah, no, well, sorry, someone was editing the doc and it caught my eye. Distracted me. Discord is real. They're really playing up the character in an interesting way. I like the idea of, Discord legitimately wants to, get in on this friendship thing, but he honestly doesn't know how it works. And so he's experimenting with friendship. And that's how you end up with interesting plots like this, where, he doesn't know how to bot or identify a friendship with Twilight. And stop putting weird shit in the doc. And so this is a complete train wreck. as a result, you get Discord, not being a very good friend, honestly. But it's not for a lack of trying. It's because he doesn't know how. It's an
dick.
Well, there is that. At the end, we find out that while he had the pure motive of trying to solidify and identify his friendship with Twilight, at the exact same time he was actively trying to disrupt her day, because that's what he does. He likes
it is chaos.
He likes messing with Twilight. He likes messing with the princesses, it seems.
Did I ruin your day, Jean-Luc?
And so it gives him an interesting character. Anyone else want to speak on that a little bit, so that I'm not the only one talking about it?
I'm gonna be the asshole here and say I don't like this. I don't like asshole Discord. That's pretty much the opinion that only I share.
Well, you're welcome.
That's your problem.
No, that's honestly not something to be ashamed of. They took a chance. They went out and actually, defined the character, made Discord an actual character rather than another everyman. And as a result, some people, if you lay down your cards, stick to a characterization, some people aren't going to like it. And that's how you know that it's a real character, is he's got unlikable traits in addition to likable traits.
Well, I like watching people be assholes when they have power over matters, so...
Yeah. So, they've done a very good job at making Discord an actual character. And they did some fun stuff. I like how his relationship with the other main six, other than Fluttershy, is tenuous at best. And they all seem to have, while the same general thought towards him of, oh God, not this again. Their individual opinions of him are unique in flavor.
Yeah.
You got to see some of that, Applejack doesn't trust him. Rarity thinks he's uncouth. Rainbow Dash is fucking Rainbow Dash. Bails at the first possibility. But the other big thing about Discord in this episode is he had a song.
Yes, but we should also point out that everything that he sneezed on basically came to life.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a nice, especially the lamp. Lamp was great.
Yeah. But Discord had a song.
Yep.
What do we think of the song?
I told you, motherfuckers, that he could sing fine, even if it wasn't exactly singing.
Yeah, it was
singing.
They were calling it more of a rap, but I wouldn't even call it a rap. It was more of, a spoken word kind of thing.
I don't know. He put in enough effort to say it fast enough and in rhythm that I'd at least call it a song.
Yeah. Well, and he had some tonality to it. It just wasn't, a bold. It wasn't a singing voice. It was, a tonal speaking voice. It really actually the whole presentation reminded me a lot of Friend Like Me in Aladdin.
The exact opposite of Friend Like Me.
Actually, yes, you're right. It was.
I've never had a friend like you.
I mean, the music styling, or the accompaniment wasn't the same, big band style. Right. They didn't go with that, so they weren't quite that blatant. But the overall, the tempo, the pace, the writing style, the visual style, the very abstract, dreamscape kind of presentation of, and very literal presentation of what he was singing, reminded me a lot of Genie's song in Aladdin. And I wonder whether that was intentional. I'd probably say yes, it was intentional. Or whether it was not, but it was probably intentional. So,
this will show you how little I've actually watched Disney things, because the first thing that came to mind when I tried to think of how to describe his singing was "Here's to the Ladies Who Lunch," which I know it's not an obscure thing, but for my generation, I don't know how I even know of it.
I have no idea. What movie is that from? I don't know it either.
To the ladies that
I don't know that song.
It's from it's from a play called Company.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that one. I haven't seen it.
It's apparently pretty popular among people who go to plays.
Yeah, I really never got much into theater. Anyway,
yeah.
Despite spending, almost 10 years apprenticing as a theatrical lighting tech, I saw very few theater, or very little theater.
Yeah.
That's an interesting aspect of my life, but we're not here to discuss what I have and haven't done. Let's talk about Cadence's character a little bit. What did we think about how they portrayed Cadence in this episode?
Going to brush over the rest of Discord's song.
Okay, what more do you have to say about Discord and his song?
Fuck. What else do I have to say about the song?
Yeah. Being really petulant right now, Mike. You really are channeling Discord, and it's kind of disconcerting.
Hey, what does Grunkle Stan think about Discord's song?
Don't bring more characters into this.
Well, I don't know what to think. It was weird. I didn't know what was going on half the time.
All right, so let's abandon that topic and go back to Cadence.
Honestly,
I loved her characterization.
For an excuse to sing it.
I loved her characterization in this episode. Like, I could tell a couple of people in the chat started to actually like Cadence during this episode.
Yeah, my attitude towards her has always been pretty uncommitted.
Yeah.
They haven't shown us anything about Cadence, so we really can't judge much about Cadence. I mean, the one we first time we thought we saw her wasn't even Cadence. So the real Cadence in her first episode was pretty much just, plot MacGuffin. Okay, whatever. Second time we saw her, she was plot MacGuffin. She was essentially a glorified power supply / love-seeking missile. Third time we saw her, we barely saw her because she spent most of her time getting her hair done. So we haven't really had much of a chance, and I probably forgot something along the way, and someone's going to yell at me for forgetting an episode, but shut up. Yeah, you can yell at your computer monitor.
There was that other episode where she also got her hair done because it was alternate view at the same episode.
Anyway, if I forgot an episode, go ahead and scream it at your computer monitor, and I won't hear it.
If he forgot an episode, say that this video is a fake. Because that makes sense.
What?
Like, one of the comments we got on another video was like, "This is fake."
Who died and made you the princess of the audience? It's my job.
Princess audience, tell us what you think of this YouTube video.
I have sprouted a horn and wings, and I am the princess of the audience.
You would be the princess of poorly coding web pages.
Hey, none of that now. The princess audience cometh. Behold. So yeah, we generally
audience dislike. Behold.
We generally liked Cadence then in this episode. I take it. We actually saw some character of her. We learned that she doesn't want to. She's not too keen on just laying about being powerful. She wants to do shit.
Yeah.
So that's not much to go on, but it's more than we had.
Yeah.
Let's see, what other notes did I get? Saw Twilight flying a little bit. We've seen
Cadence flying.
In Cadence flying, some actual combat magic going on a little bit.
But we've seen the death lasers before.
Yeah, the death rays. But I mean, I have to admit, I've been a little disappointed by the combat magic portrayed in the show because it's always been just arcane beam. That's it. just we haven't seen them do anything particularly inspired as far as combat magic.
Well, it was power ponies. Kind of.
But that's an exception, not the rule. And that's just me, wanting to indulge a little flair in in My Little Pony magic that there's no evidence that even exists, but I would like to see. So whatever. I noticed they haven't given up on Star Swirl being a thing.
Yeah.
They're really insistent on Star Swirl being a big deal to Twilight. What else did I see? Harry Potter reference. There was a little Harry Potter reference, just a little sight gag.
I think Discord was supposed to be, oddly enough.
He was supposed to be what? You cut out on me.
Lucius Malfoy. He had the long white hair, and he was wearing a green.
Yeah, I honestly didn't really notice Discord because I was too busy. Well, one, it was a really fast just cutaway. And two, I was noticing Twilight and Cadence first. I really liked during the song Twilight and Discord's dance. It was actually really, really well animated. It was a really neat visual thing. I got one more topic, but I want to give one of you two an opportunity to talk about what do you want to say about the episode that we haven't gone over.
I like how Applejack and Verity played off each other near the end.
Yeah.
I don't really have strong opinions on this episode.
You don't have? Mike, you got anything else you wanna mention?
Well, I really like Discord's friendship bracelet thing, especially once I realized that his thumbs up was, well, I didn't realize it, someone else realized it, and then went, "Oh yeah, that's funny."
Yes,
it was
covered Twilight.
It was his thumbs up covering Twilight, and as said person who pointed out also, that just perfectly summarizes his attitude towards baby Fluttershy a little bit.
Yeah, that was
if there was a pony version of the Emperor's New Groove, he would be Cusco.
Ooh. I was kind of thinking of that gag, kind of reminded me of the Mike Wazowski gag in Monsters, Inc., with just Mike's face was always getting covered by random shit, and anytime he was pictured. Speaking of the Best Friends Forever necklace, there wasn't any. This is going to be my closing topic, okay? So, wrapping it up, there was no hey look at the end. And there was no rainbow shine at the end.
That's because Discord was just trolling everybody episode this.
You keep cutting out. You need to turn your gain up on your mic a little bit.
I don't know how to do that. I just updated TeamSpeak and this started happening.
That's right. You're using Snowball. Snowball doesn't have a gain control. Try that again. Speak a little louder.
Well, that's just because Discord was trolling everybody by taking over another episode this season.
Yeah. On my theory of, the hey look, little tidbits being added to the universe every episode, I think there is a possibility that the BFF necklace thing might be one of said tidbits. It might not be, probably not, one of the rainbow power tidbits, but it might be something that they bring up in the future, and it might not. Who knows?
Given just how full Discord looked when he get everyone else out of the way, for all we know, he could be setting up something. He just on actually getting sick in the end. Yeah,
it's really hard to tell right now. There may be no payoff at all. There might be a great payoff. There's only one way to tell.
Discord tries to go evil again in the finale or something. That will be so cool. Not in a, oh man, I hope he becomes evil again, but more in a, wow, I would be amazed to see them try and handle that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I have faith that they have something lined up, that they have a plan. So I think that pretty much wraps up today's perspective. Of course, as usual, I was Scott. Thank you for coming out, Pseudonym.
You're welcome.
And Mike, thanks for coming too.
You're welcome.
And thank you everyone for listening to this complete and utter train wreck. Hopefully I'll have the wherewithal to actually do another one of these after this mess. So, bye.
Bye.
Bye.